The original $100 million Netflix deal promised grand entertainment from the Sussexes. My Meghan Markle review reveals a startling reality about With Love. Meghan, the 8-episode series released on March 4, 2025. The show has left critics and viewers, including myself, utterly bewildered. The show's lack of authenticity makes it disappointing. Instead of filming in her $14 million Montecito mansion, Meghan chose a rented house to present simple content that barely goes beyond basic cooking tips and flower arranging advice. Critics have branded it as gormless lifestyle filler and an exercise in narcissism. The Independent delivered a crushing 1-star rating. I spent 4 hours watching this show and questioned how such a high-budget production could create what critics call queasy and exhausting content. All right, let's get into it. Remember, we watched this show so you didn't have to. This is a public service. It was tough, but I promise you, by the end of this episode, you'll know everything you need to know about this show, so you won't have to give her those Netflix views. Meghan Markle's Netflix show is the gift that keeps on giving. If your idea of a gift is 4 hours of awkwardness, over-the-top self-importance, and staged moments, from her exaggerated beekeeping scenes to the overblown praise from her ever-loyal makeup artist Daniel Martin, the whole thing feels like a parody. Watching Daniel call peas green pearls, while Meghan explains how to boil pasta, takes the ridiculousness to a whole new level. And who could forget the so-called beautiful inside cake that ended up more like a comedy skit than a heartfelt moment? Honestly, this production feels less like a lifestyle show and more like an unintentional satire. Netflix. Seriously? What were you thinking? But hey, that's just our take. What's yours? We want to hear from you! Now that our channel's evolving, your feedback matters more than ever. Got a topic you want us to cover? Drop it in the comments. Every suggestion helps shape our content. And with that, let's dive back into today's discussion. Episode 2 of the show continues to be an awkward and unnatural performance from Meghan Markle. This time, the guest is Mindy Kaling, a big name in television thanks to The Office. But instead of seeing the close friendship Meghan tries to imply, all we realize is that they're not friends. Their first meeting was when Mindy came to interview for Meghan's Flop podcast. There's no connection, no chemistry between them. Their conversation is scattered, trying to be witty, but ending up as a social disaster. Meghan, I want to ask about your appearance. Your appearance? Your appearance. Meghan. Oh, my appearance. Your appearance. Does that sound like a natural conversation? Not at all. It feels like an awkwardly written play that neither of them wants to be part of. Then we get to Meghan's Brooklyn Beckham moment, her proud bacon cooking lesson. She claims Harry loves her bacon so much that whenever she starts cooking it, he runs straight into the kitchen. Who's buying this story? On top of that, Meghan keeps trying to show how kind and thoughtful she is by offering blueberries and coffee to the crew. A clumsy attempt to dismiss accusations of her alleged controlling behavior at Buckingham Palace. But does it convince anyone? Not at all. Then comes the story of the friendship jam jar Meghan sent to Mindy, leading to Mindy's sharp remark, "I got number 50 on my jar. Does that mean 49 people got theirs before me?" Instead of laughing along the way, a true friend would, Meghan didn't appreciate the joke. She quickly tried to backtrack. "Oh no, I didn't mean that. I kept one for my mom." And of course, Meghan throws shade at her father once again. She claims her childhood was filled with takeout food and frozen TV dinners, but everyone knows her father took her to some of the best restaurants in Los Angeles. This is a blatant and unconvincing lie. By the end of episode 2, viewers are left with one overwhelming feeling: forced, boring, and completely inauthentic. Featuring renowned Korean-American chef Roy Choi, the episode had potential. Roy is charismatic and skilled, but Meghan's lack of experience in the kitchen is obvious. She would have shined more as his supporting assistant, yet instead tries to take the lead, and it feels awkward. Her comments about Koreatown also miss the mark, reducing a vibrant cultural hub to just karaoke clubs, overlooking its rich heritage and diversity. In the kitchen, things get even more uncomfortable. Meghan's inexperience shows, from basic knife skills to starting with her hair down. A clear kitchen no-no. Even their musical tastes clash, with Meghan openly unimpressed by Roy's playlist, making the atmosphere feel strained. More than once, her expressions and tone seem dismissive, creating an air of disinterest and condescension. The chemistry between them is awkward at best. This episode highlights why the series struggles. Moments that should feel fun and authentic come across as stiff and forced. And with Prince Harry's appearance still ahead, there's likely more awkwardness to come. Stay tuned, or don't. We're watching so you don't have to. In this episode, Meghan meets Delphi from Argentina, wife of Harry's friend Nacho. And it's yet another chance for Meghan to show off her Argentinian Spanish while cycling, dancing, and trying to have fun. But the disconnect is clear. Meghan's attempts to appear relaxed and relatable often feel forced and staged. Even lighthearted moments, like baking dog treats for her late pet, come across as strangely timed and awkward. Delphi's discomfort is also obvious. She's kind and polite, but the lack of real connection between them makes conversations feel stiff and uneasy. It's clear they aren't close friends. Their husbands are. Meghan's frequent outfit changes and scripted-sounding lines only add to the artificial vibe. What's missing is authenticity. Meghan presents a version of herself she wants us to believe, but it doesn't feel genuine. Unlike shows where hosts invite viewers into their real lives, here everything seems like carefully curated performance. The Netflix series With Love. Meghan has struggled to find its footing, falling far short of expectations and drawing widespread criticism. Despite its intent to offer a glimpse into Meghan Markle's life, the show avoids addressing real, meaningful issues, like her complex family dynamics, making it difficult for viewers to connect with her story on a deeper level. Critics haven't held back. Stuart Heritage from The Guardian called the series gormless lifestyle, filler, and even speculated it could be the Sussexes' last TV show for Netflix. This sentiment is echoed across media coverage, with many questioning why the show exists at all. Until Meghan is willing to be more honest and vulnerable, With Love, Meghan will likely continue to feel hollow and detached, struggling to resonate with audiences in any meaningful way. Time magazine spotted the biggest problem. They noted that the promise of authenticity has given way to an impersonal performance of perfection. This hits at what went wrong. Viewers wanted real glimpses into Meghan's life, but got what looks like a carefully staged production instead. The Telegraph's Anita Singh went for the jugular. She gave the show 2 stars and called it an exercise in narcissism. Her review describes a show that cares more about self-promotion than substance. She points out that it's just Meghan inviting people to her pretend house, where they tell her how amazing she is for 8 episodes. Publications that usually support the Sussexes couldn't find much good to say. The Independent's Katie Rosinski called it queasy and exhausting. She noted it strains for aspiration and relatability in a way that never gels. The show seems stuck between showing off Meghan's luxury life and trying to connect with regular viewers. Carol Midgley at the London Times didn't sugarcoat anything. She said the show is so much worse than anyone thought possible. Such harsh words from a respected critic showed just how badly the show missed its mark. Variety's take might hurt the most. This respected industry publication called the series a Montecito ego trip not worth taking. They think the show's focus on self-promotion ruins any value it might have had. Regular viewers seem just as unimpressed as the critics. Netflix subscribers have flooded social media and review sites with complaints. They wanted more from the Duchess of Sussex. With Love. Meghan hasn't found much love on Rotten Tomatoes. Low scores reflect how viewers feel let down by promises of authenticity and relatability that never materialized. Viewers keep pointing out the show's lack of substance. One IMDb reviewer put it bluntly, "This isn't even a fun hate watch. It's just bad." Another called it the worst few minutes of my life. The show's fakeness bothers people. Many noticed it was filmed in a rented house instead of Meghan's actual Montecito mansion. This choice led viewers to call the show staged and fake. The simple content also drew criticism. An IMDb reviewer complained, "It's not a good cooking show, nor an interesting design show. It's a pure ego trip." Many think the show adds nothing new to lifestyle programming. Viewers didn't like how the show pushes Meghan's homemade jam line and other business ventures. It feels more like a long commercial than a real lifestyle show to many people. A few voices praised the show. Betches. Cum says it's entertainment, it's aspirational, and it's freaking fun. But positive reviews are rare among all the criticism. This poor reception makes people wonder about the Sussexes' $100 million Netflix deal. Their other shows like Heart of Invictus and Polo didn't attract many viewers either. Industry experts now question if this partnership will last. Royal expert Richard Fitzwilliams thinks this show could make or break Meghan's Netflix future. After losing their Spotify deal and with no books coming up, their Netflix success matters more than ever. With Love. Meghan clearly hasn't appealed to critics or viewers. The show tried but failed to mix luxury with relatability. Its staged feel turned many people away. The Sussexes might need a new content strategy to win back viewers and keep their media deals alive. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm dying to hear what you think. And hey, if you love real talk and honest reviews, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a thing. See you in the next one.